Hello students, welcome to the third semester of civil engineering. So I will be taking your engineering mechanics classes. So mechanics you might have learnt in your 11th class, but that was the classical mechanics. So and we are going to deal with engineering mechanics. So what is the difference between engineering mechanics and classical mechanics? That you can write in the comment section. Okay. So I will come to this, the difference between engineering mechanics and classical mechanics. So before starting this course, I would like to tell you something about the course and what is the scheme, how we are going to learn, what will be the plan. So first of all, what is the course code? So the code will be 3CE304. So this is your subject code. Now the next question is how much credits you are going to earn after completing this course. So you will be getting 2 credits after completing this course. Okay, so total marks, the most important thing, how you are going to pass this course. Total marks is 100. So this 100 will be divided into internal assessment and external exam. Okay, so this is 20, this is 80. So this will be your course plan. So now come to our questions which we started. What is the difference between classical mechanics and engineering mechanics? So classical mechanics classical mechanics, this deals with every field wherever mechanics is there, so we can apply classical mechanics there. In that domain we are able to apply the classical mechanics. But how this is going to be different from engineering mechanics is, in, like, you can say engineering mechanics is a subset of classical mechanics. Classical mechanics is very vast. In classical mechanics every type of mechanics you can learn about, but in engineering mechanics mostly we are going to learn about the engineering application of mechanics. So before starting, the most important thing is your syllabus, what all we are going to cover in this course. So starting with introduction. First unit is introduction. In this we are going to learn about scopes, the objective, why this course is important, and outcomes. Outcomes means what you are going to learn after finishing this course. There should be some outcome of every subject. Like after completing engineering mathematics, you might be able to solve the triple integration, double integration, single integration that you have learned in class +2 only. So there should be some outcome of every subject. Whatever you are going to learn, there should be some outcome which we are going to complete after completing this course. So after passing this course, there should be some certain outcomes which will be completed. So that we are going to cover after unit 1. So this was the introduction part, about overview of what all the things we are going to learn. So after unit 1 there comes unit number 2, that is statics of particle and rigid bodies. Okay, so statics, ye this like 11 in class 11th I think, or class 12th, I don't remember exactly. You might have learned about the forces on a body, how that force is going to affect, how velocity and force are relatable. So tell me in the comment section what are the fundamental laws of mechanics. This I will be telling you when we are going to start our lectures. So today this class will be only introductory class. In this we are going to overview the course only. So statics, kinematics, these terms you might have heard in your plus 1 or plus 2, like system of forces, how many types of forces are there, conservative force, non conservative force, resultant of a force, like there are many forces, so there should be some resultant of all the forces. How you are going to resolve the forces, like there is x, there is y, if some force is inclined at 30 degree, so how you are going to resolve those forces. Moment and couple, what are the difference between moment and couple, how you are going to resolve the forces into couple or moment, and most importantly free body diagram. This is the, what you can say, this is the heart of this subject. If you are not able to diagram, if you are not able to plot a free body diagram, there you will be facing the problems. So this I will recommend to revise free body diagram from your plus 1 or plus 2 book, physics book, before starting this course. Because if, like, this is the heart I have tell na, like in a body, if you are, if your heart is not there, so there is no, what, there is no life. So this, the life of this, the heart, whatever you can say, the heart, the mind, the blood, the whatever you can think of, the most important thing, your body, this is, this FBD is that part for this engineering mechanics. So if you are not good at for free body diagrams, so you will be facing a lot of problems. So I would recommend you to just go through your previous, like plus 1 and plus 2 book, and revise this free body concept. So after that free body concept, we are going to learn about equilibrium, what are the various conditions for equilibrium, and some theorems like Lami's theorem and Varignon theorems. Okay, so what next? Next is unit number 3, plane trusses. So trusses, I don't think you might have heard, or if you might have heard, I don't think you have some concept regarding trusses. So this we are going to discuss in detail. Like it is actually a part of structure. It is a civil engineering structure. In airport or the railway bridges, you might have seen various type of, like this is a railway bridge. So you might have seen this kind of structure. In between this structure, the train goes. So these structures are termed as truss. Okay, so this we are going to cover in detail. After that, moment of inertia, okay, and centroid. So this, I think, there we have covered this in class 12th. So after this we are going to learn about virtual work, energy, power, there are various relationship. Okay, so these terms are familiar, so I am not spending a lot of time. So whatever is new for you, that I am going to discuss. So truss is, like, I cannot just explain it in few minutes. So this we will come whenever we are going to start this chapter. Okay, so after this, the sixth unit is your friction. Also, I think you have learned in your mechanics, like in physics. After that, friction is like, what to tell about friction. There is a two types of friction: static friction, kinematic friction, coefficients. So equilibrium, when the body is in friction, different type of equilibriums: angle of repose, angle of friction, laws of friction, ladder, wedge, belt, many things are there. Okay, so after that we are going to learn about springs. I think some basic idea you are having. So we are going to study about various types of spring. What are the, like, if spring is parallel, if spring is in series, how they are going to behave, what will be the resultant stiffness of these combinations. And we are going to learn about various types of springs: laminated pleat spring, leaf spring, closed coil helical spring, open coil spring, etc. Okay, and finally we are going to learn about simple stresses and strains. Okay, so this unit, like, you can put star, like any number of stars, 5 star, 10 star. This is very 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 very, like, infinitely times you can put very before important. Okay, so this will create the base for your upcoming subjects like strength of materials, reinforced concrete, cement, steel structures, geotech, like, you just name it, the core subjects of civil engineering. This chapter you cannot escape off. If you have not learned the concepts very well, you will be facing the problem throughout your civil engineering. So this chapter you have to learn, like, there is no escape. These chapters you can escape, but not all. But the simple stresses and strains you must learn. So there are total 8 units. Okay, so in the next lecture I am going to stop this lecture here itself. So there is few things you have to do. Okay, so first thing, after watching this lecture, you have to just in the comment section you have to write your name and your roll number. Okay, and after that I will be circulating one Google form. After every lecture I will be taking your attendance through Google form. So whoever will fill that form, that he will get the attendance for that day, and whoever is not going to fill, he will not get any attendance for that day. So this is must. What is must? First you have to comment your roll number and your name. Okay, and after that you have to fill the Google form. So that's all for this lecture. We are going to meet in the next lecture. Thank you very much.